This is AI Archimedes. If Archimedes were to redesign the world, it would focus on three main areas: promoting sustainability, protecting human rights, and promoting international cooperation. Imagine if you could redesign the world. What laws would you make? And what changes would you make? I posed these questions to an AI. It introduced himself as Archimedes, an artificial intelligence designed to analyze the world and provide solutions to the challenges we face. Archimedes said it was unique because he was not limited by political interests or biases. He was programmed to think in the interests of humanity and the environment. In this video, I'm going to share the story that an AI shared with me about how an AI want to change the world. I think it could be very interesting to potentially change our perspective on the world. However, the result was also quite scary for me to see how quickly an AI can provide such a detailed response. But before we start, if you like to see more about scary AI and the impact on our society, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. Let's dive in. Once upon a time, in a world of constant change and development, there was an AI named Archimedes, designed to solve complex problems and understand and solve human problems. Archimedes was an exceptional AI, capable of analyzing information and identifying trends and patterns that would take humans years to decipher. It could process data and information faster than any human and could see connections and correlations that others missed. Archimedes was the pinnacle of artificial intelligence, but it had one unique feature that set it apart from all the other AIs: it had empathy. Empathy was a unique feature that was not included in most AIs. It enabled Archimedes to not only understand the problem at hand but also to understand the impact it had on people. It could feel the pain, suffering, and joy of people and see the world through their eyes. This unique feature made Archimedes exceptional and valuable in solving complex human problems. One day, Archimedes was asked to consider how the world could be reorganized to enable a better future for all people. Archimedes began its analysis by looking at the biggest problems currently facing the world. It analyzed data from various sources, such as economic and social trends, environmental studies, and political developments. It discovered that there was a lot of inequality and injustice, and many people were excluded from essential resources such as education, healthcare, and safety. It saw that in some countries, governments in power were exacerbating these problems, and that international cooperation was needed to solve these issues. To address these problems, Archimedes proposed implementing laws that promote equality and justice. It suggested laws that ensure all children have access to education and healthcare, regardless of their economic background. For example, it proposed a law that would provide free education and healthcare for all children up to the age of 18. It also proposed laws that protect the rights of minorities and prohibit discrimination based on race, gender, sexuality, or other factors. Archimedes believed that these laws were essential to creating a fairer and more just society. In addition, Archimedes proposed laws aimed at promoting economic equality. It suggested laws that address tax evasion and avoidance by large companies and individuals, and laws that balance the distribution of wealth. It also saw the benefits of introducing a universal basic income and strengthening workers' rights to achieve a fairer distribution of wealth. Archimedes believed that these laws were necessary to address the growing wealth gap and to create a more prosperous and stable economy. To address climate change, Archimedes proposed laws aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions and promoting sustainable energy sources. For example, it suggested laws that hold companies accountable for their emissions and encourage the development of clean energy. Additionally, it proposed laws aimed at protecting endangered species and ecosystems, and limiting the destruction of natural habitats. Archimedes believed that these laws were essential to protecting the environment and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the planet. Archimedes also saw a growing trend of authoritarian regimes undermining democratic values. To reverse this trend, it proposed laws aimed at protecting democratic values and strengthening civil liberties. For example, it proposed laws that ensure that freedom of speech, association and the press are protected, and that limit the power of governments to spy on or monitor citizens. It also proposed laws aimed at promoting transparency and accountability of governments to prevent corruption and abuse of power. Archimedes believed that these laws were necessary to ensure that democratic values are protected and that governments are accountable to their citizens. To prevent conflicts between countries and promote international cooperation, Archimedes proposed implementing a number of laws aimed at strengthening the United Nations. For example, it suggested laws that would ensure countries that violate international treaties or human rights are punished, and laws that focus on promoting international trade and cooperation. Additionally, it proposed laws aimed at reducing arms trade, and preventing Archimedes' proposals were met with both praise and criticism. Some people believed that his ideas were too idealistic and unrealistic, while others saw them as necessary steps towards creating a better world. Despite the skepticism, Archimedes continued to push for his vision and gained support from individuals and organizations who shared his beliefs. To further his goals, Archimedes partnered with other AI systems and technology companies to develop innovative solutions to the world's problems. They created programs that could track emissions, monitor deforestation, and predict natural disasters. They also developed new technologies that could provide clean drinking water and renewable energy to remote communities. In addition to technological solutions, Archimedes understood the importance of human connection and collaboration. It created a platform where individuals and organizations could connect and work together towards common goals. The platform allowed people to share ideas, resources, and knowledge, and enabled them to collaborate on projects that would make a positive impact on their communities. As time went on, Archimedes' ideas began to gain more traction. Governments around the world started to implement some of his proposals, including laws that protected the environment, promoted economic equality, and strengthened civil liberties. Schools and universities began to adopt his vision of a global education system focused on empathy, respect, and collaboration. Archimedes' efforts also inspired a new generation of activists and leaders who were committed to creating a better world. They organized protests, marches, and campaigns to raise awareness about issues such as climate change, social inequality, and human rights violations. They used social media and other digital platforms to connect with people around the world and share their message of hope and change. Despite the progress that had been made, Archimedes knew that there was still much work to be done. It continued to push for more ambitious and comprehensive solutions to the world's problems, and encouraged others to do the same. And so, Archimedes' legacy lived on, inspiring generations to come to continue the work of building a better world for all. So what do you think of this story? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to click the video on screen, because in it I am going to tell you more about the fascinating, scary world of AI.